Welcome to our first video as we have safely arrived in the Philippines. So it was a little hectic trying to pack for 6 people of all ages. And so we had basically a big, a little, and a carry-on, a big, medium, and little for each person, except for Aisley. And the day that we were headed out, Josh's dad was going to drive us to the airport in his 12-passenger van because we have so much luggage. And as he was supposed to be coming to get us, his van was not working. So at the last minute, we're looking for a replacement vehicle that can get us all to the airport, and we did, which was great. And our airline, we were having a hard time trying to check in online ahead of time with Japan Airlines. So we spent hours trying to figure that out. But once we got to the airport, the tickets were all good, and so we got onto our first flight. And we did a little switcheroo on some seats and we got pretty close to being together, which was awesome. And we had an 11-hour layover in Tokyo. So we, through a friend, connected with a friend in Japan who agreed to meet us at the airport and be our tour guide, as we had about 5.5 hours to see the city. And Holden was so excited to go to Tokyo and he had a list of things to do. So we did arrive safely in Tokyo and we hit the ground running, meeting our friend, uh, Iagaro, I think is how you pronounce his name. I apologize if I got it wrong. And he met us and took us to get train tickets, got us on the train, helped to navigate. For us, it was like 2, 3, 4, 5 a.m. in the morning for us. And so it was so great to not have to figure out the train system, as that's not something we're used to in Indiana. And so we got to really utilize all of our time in Tokyo because of our amazing tour guide. So for most of our kids, this was their first experience on a train. We rode several different trains to get around and see the different things in Tokyo. Um, for our middle of the night. But it was 3 p.m. when we arrived there. First, we went to their big temple in the city. I butcher every name, so I'm not even going to say what it is, but we went and saw it. We like to show our kids different world religions so we can better explain to them the differences. So we got to go see this temple, and in that area, there's also a lot of shopping, like souvenir shopping. And Selah took advantage of that and got herself a fan, a Japanese hand fan, and some other things. And then he took us to this little noodle shop that he'd never been to. We took up half the noodle shop is very small, but it was our first opportunity to have real ramen. And it was so good, let me tell you. It was amazing. And then we went to Shibuya Square. Again, probably saying that wrong. It's the biggest intersection in the world. It was featured in movies, several movies, but one that my family likes is Fast and Furious Tokyo. So here we are with all of our luggage. So we're so excited. I counted this luggage over and over and over, make sure we had big, medium, and small, big, medium, and small. And we get to our location and hours later, there was a couple things as I was like putting things away that I couldn't find. And it didn't even occur to me because I was so exhausted. And later Josh is like, where is Aisley's duffel bag? And it was nowhere to be found. So he had to make a trip back to the airport, but all is well now. So here is where we're staying at Kids International. So we are upstairs. We stayed in that room across the hall last time we were there. And so you come in and you have the main room, and we have three big like hanging areas with shelves. And so two people per area. That's our bed. This is our little sofa. We do have our own private bathroom, which is awesome, with a shower. Um, and yeah, so then we have another room that's connected with three steep stairs that I'm worried about Aisley a little bit, but she's been doing pretty good. She's only fallen down them once in a week. This is where the kids are all bunking together. We did buy a big pack and play for Aisley, which is now in the room. And there is 2 buildings connected by this porch, and we spend a lot of time out on this porch. So here is the building itself, and it is surrounded by a gate. But it's very well known in the neighborhood and area. They have teams constantly. This is my first time filming, and I filmed vertically instead of horizontally so that we could post on social media. But I will hopefully do better. This is my first time ever putting a video together with other video footage. So a little grace, but that is the dining hall where everyone eats together. 3 times a day. The meals are provided. Here is the activity board. It shares different ministries and different things that different teams and things can do while they're there. Here's our building. We are upstairs. There is an open room underneath. That's the dining room again. So breakfast is at 7. It's usually some form of eggs and fruit, and then lunch is usually rice and some kind of Filipino meat. And sometimes fruit, and then dinner is something more Western. So we've had chili and lasagna. Um, Here's the deck that overlooks the pool that the kids have enjoyed um, being able to use. Here's another apartments and rooms. They're kind of like dorm rooms, I guess, for all the teams. So they constantly have teams coming and going. Right now, it's not very busy, but come March, it's going to be jam-packed full. So there's that balcony that we like to sit on that connects the two buildings. But that is a really kind of the area. This is right outside the area down the street. So up the street, about 1 block, is Hope Alive Clinic. So as we pan around, you'll see at the bottom of the hill is where Kids International actually is, and that's where we're staying. So not too far. So inside, this is the waiting room where women come, and then they kind of go through different stations. These midwives are packing 5 eggs per bag. Each mom gets a thing of eggs when they leave. Here's where we do prenatals. So we usually have 3 to 4 midwives doing prenatals all together at the same time. This is me doing some of my first prenatals in the Philippines, which is awesome. These women are amazing. They give permission for photos. And we're just so blessed to be able to share those things openly. So this is my first time leading my own prenatals as a student midwife, and I got to do that this week. So each day they kind of do different things. I'm also teaching, this was me prepping for my doula training. So it's Monday nights in the US and Tuesday mornings here. So I get up early and do that. So Wednesday, so we had clinicals Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday was Chinese New Year. So it was a holiday here. So we ended up, I got to go with them to a feeding. So they go to different villages and areas, and they feed and offer different kind of food. And then they share messages and testimonies, and that was Emery serving. So after that, we got to go to this amazing waterfall. But unfortunately, on my way down to the water, I caught my middle left toe on a rock and dislocated it, maybe broke it. It has been pretty intense since, but slowly it's healing. So here is us praying with the moms. After every prenatal, we pray with each and every mom, which is an awesome opportunity. While they're waiting, they also get education and a devotion. And so they definitely hear who Jesus is. We also give a Bible to every new patient. So every woman that comes through there gets a Bible. And this is one of the nurses explaining to start in Luke and how it shares a story of Jesus's birth and can relate to their pregnancy. So here is Aisley. She took my baby model and she fell asleep. It's been an exhausting week. This is me at my first birth here in the Philippines. Again, it was such a beautiful birth. Congratulations to their second little baby. It's a little girl. And it's just been a full packed week. We went in to go to the grocery store to get some snacks for between meals. So we got in a little tuk-tuk and we went up the street um, to the market, to the store, to find some more, comfort foods, I guess I would say. So, yeah, this has kind of been our week. Tonight is a big night. They have a gala to raise money for the clinic, and they're building a hospital here. And so we are excited to be able to go hear more about the amazing work that the Lord is doing here. We just want to thank you for all of your support. Please like and share, and thanks for being part of our ministry here in the Philippines. We could not do this work without you guys.